And Danny, okay, but the contract on America, it started with Newt Gingrich and contract on America. Let's go even deeper than that.
And you see where that ended up.
Yeah, but this can go deeper than that when Nixon came up with the Southern Strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Pitting
after the war on drugs.
At the war on drugs.
Yeah, June 17th, 1971. He had a Southern Strategy to get these working class white people to vote Republican, vote against their own interests, and basically target the protests that are going on across the country. So he talks about law and order. Yeah, and so this continues. This continue around Reagan. You had the Reagan Democrats.
Yes.
Okay.
It was in Macomb County.
Yeah. This continues today.
The Dixiecrats.
Right. This continues.
So the Dixiecrats moved over in the early after the civil rights. Johnson. Remember what Johnson said?
Yeah.
He said once I signed the civil rights bill, I gave up the South.
Right. So you have that. It continues. It continued with Nixon. But the other thing is that you have a lot of working class white people. You have a lot of poor white people who will vote for Trump because Trump is using race to divide people and racial animus, and they're voting against their own interests. These are some of the same people who put Republicans in their state legislatures and then as governors, and then these people they elect, these Republicans they elected, then voted for right-to-work laws that systematically drove down wages across the board, attacked unions, helped to break the back of the unions. Then they want to put all that blame on President Obama. It's like, wait a second, no, you voted for these Republicans that attacked unions. Governor Scott Walker in Wisconsin, taking away in the state legislature there, took away the collective bargaining rights of the unions. You made these bad decisions, putting Republicans in office. Then you want to put all the blame on President Obama. That's ridiculous.
No, but Mike, even go further. When they call contract on America, they're talking about, about balanced budgets and all that other stuff. They're talking about taking their tax dollars and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then they segue into this new craziness, the Tea Party.
Yeah.
2010,
yeah.
Yeah, 2010. It's been systematically, but they always playing to those Reagan Democrats.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Those what we call, I don't want to call them rednecks, but that's what they are, okay?
Okay. Well, Bill Clinton talked about that this past week.
Right. He said he was a redneck, he cleaned it up. But, but the bottom line is this. What's interesting, Mike and Danny, is this. The middle class, white educated white person, college educated, and the white ladies are abandoning the Republican Party, and they're abandoning those Reagan Democrats.
Yeah.
They are abandoning those Reagan Democrats.
Well, one of the reasons why is because a lot of them don't want to be associated with people like Donald Trump, who are just spewing racism and bigotry and xenophobia. So that's one of the reasons. And the article from the Washington Post a few months ago that talked about inside Donald Trump's new campaign strategy, it talked about this. The other thing is that because a lot of them have been to college, they've taken political science classes, things like this, a lot of them read more. They know, they have a better understanding of how government works, and they can look at Trump, and they can look at his policies and realize it's not beneficial. They can go to his website, read his 9 policies, go to Hillary Clinton's website, read her 36 policies. Read her 36 policies and realize that his programs are not going to work.
Let me say this right quick, though. Mm-hmm. More of those folks you just described,
right?
They're Christian led, okay?
Mm-hmm. Evangelicals,
and that's the biggest, deal. They're Christian led, so really, they don't want to be looked upon as hypocrites, okay?
Right.
Because if you following Donald Trump's doctrine, and you saying that you a Christian, and he's spewing hate or racism,
mm-hmm.
all racism is pretty much against what's in the Christian review of the Bible.
I want you to listen to this once again about what Malcolm X was saying. Just listen to what he said. Chicken come on roost. They created the atmosphere so Donald Trump can ease in. Now they want to abandon him after he did all the damage on them, okay? So listen to this. Just listen to this one more time.
Need a speaker in here.
So that's some deep stuff. That's what he was saying.
Is that deep?
Right. Exactly. Oh, absolutely. I've seen that a number of times, man.
I mean, what a good analysis, though.
Well, this goes to some of the Donald Trump surrogates who want to deny that racism exists. You have Governor Mike Pence, who in the last couple of weeks said that we need to stop talking about implicit bias and structural racism in the police departments. So he thinks that not talking about it somehow is going to make it go away.
Right.
All right. So you have these people who don't want to acknowledge this. You have Dr. Ben Carson out here, and he lost what little credibility he still had.
He already told the lady shut up yesterday, turn off her mic.
Yeah, turn off her mic. Now, he didn't say turn off Joe Scarborough's mic. He didn't say turn off the White Mill's mic. He said turn off her mic. And Joe Scarborough backed up. He said, no, we're not going to turn off her mic. He said, answer the question.
Yeah, answer the question.
Yeah, so you have a denial of the conditions that exist.
Katie K yesterday, who was a guest on MSNBC yesterday, and Katie was asking him about Donald Trump's behavior.
Right.
And he didn't want to answer. He said he was obfuscating and all that other stuff. And he said, turn off her mic.
Yeah, he was on Morning Joe.
No, I'm not. Yeah. Let's think about this, man. Mike Pence talking about, I'm tired of hearing about his faith.
Right.
His faith, it means grace. Okay. Donald Trump ain't said nothing yet about how many women he groped. He did. He's a serial sexist. He's misogynistic. He's I don't mean to say he's a pervert and all that stuff.
But you mean to say it because that's what he is.
He is. Right. He is that. Okay. And so they talking about. And he's talking in at Liberty Temple, Mike. Mm-hmm. The kids have been rebelling against Jerry Falwell Jr.
Jerry Falwell Jr. Exactly. Who's supporting Donald Trump?
Oh, hold on now. He said how do you say Corinthians 2? 2
Corinthians.
I said 2 Corinthians and all that. It's 1st and 2nd Corinthians. If you know the jargon about the church, Donald Trump, that means you don't even go to church.
Right. Well, we know he never went to an African American church.
Right.
He went to Bishop Wayne T. Jackson's church. That was the first African American church he'd been in 70 years.
But Mike, also think of this, Daddy. Also, they want to pull out Clinton's past, but then they don't want nobody to talk about his current past, his current thing.
And see, the bottom line is that just how they veer from the narrative. No, just how they veer from the narrative. It's like Bill Clinton is not running for president.
Yes,
Bill Clinton is not running, and so for Donald, if you're running for the highest office in the land, okay, you have to expect whatever's coming in your past. because you Donald Trump, because you I'll fire you, man. Well, guess what? The people got the last say to talk about, we gonna fire you, man, because guess what? You not qualified. And what doesn't make you qualified is all of these claims, these sexist claims against you. And really, Donald Trump should be catching the case.
Right. Well,
because those are felony ideological charges.
Well, he's in court. He has a court date December 16th. There's a court proceeding December 16th. And that, rawstory.com had an article about this and other articles. People can look this up. But this is regarding allegations of rape of a 13-year-old girl.
Right.
He goes to court December 16th over that.
Right.
Okay, now this is after the election. And this is starting to gain more traction. Lisa Bloom is the attorney for the woman in the case.
Right.
And she was just on MSNBC in the past few days being interviewed and talking about this. So this is starting to gain more traction.
Did you see what Barack Obama said yesterday about Donald Trump? He said, y'all been played. I said, he said, y'all, he talking about he going to save y'all jobs and he's for y'all, but he was trying to tell you, he was trying to get rid of y'all jobs.
Right.
In other words, he said, y'all been played.
Right.
What he said they stood by while this happened.
Yeah.
And Donald Trump, as he's prone to do, he didn't build the building himself. He just slapped his name on it and took credit for it. He said you can't wait until that finally happens and then say that's too much and think that somehow you are showing any kind of leadership and deserve to be elected to the United States Senate. So he talked about this Thursday on the campaign trail, and he's basically telling what he's saying. You allowed Donald Trump to have free reign back in 2011 when he was saying that President Obama wasn't born in this country.
Right.
He even put out a $5 million pledge in 2011. Trump put this out himself. He video recorded it, and he said he would donate $5 million to the charity of President Barack Obama's choice if anybody could provide evidence that he was born in this country. President Obama provided his long form birth certificate. So when is Trump, being that Trump just came out last month and admitted that President Obama was born in this country, when is he going to make good on this $5 million pledge?
But then they just found out yesterday he's supposed to have made a $10,000 pledge to something in New York and
right
money
for 9/11 donation. Yeah,
9/11 show. This guy's
there's no record. There's no record of him making that donation. He's been a fraud for a long time.
No, he's who Michael Bloomberg said he was.
Yes,
and is. That's who he is. And you guys remember what Michael Bloomberg says.
Right. He said, I'm from New York and I know a con when I see one.
Yeah,
so he's a con. And so he's a con. But I wanna get back to Malcolm's piece about the knives that is.
Yeah, go ahead.
And basically it referenced to today. It referenced to right now. What we dealing with and what Black America dealing with and what the Latino is dealing with and all those other nationalities are dealing with.
Malcolm just said nothing has changed.
No, nothing's
and
changed.
And we're in 2016 and anything changed.
And so it's like the knife never been pulled out. But more importantly, the wound never been healed. And so where we are today and what you're seeing from Donald Trump's, those of the Donald Trump Knights, what you seeing, those are the same folks that put the knives in our backs. And they still carrying it, and they know that, when you talk about, well, why like the birther thing, but when you talk about they're cutting off their nose to spite their face when they vote these same Republican and even some Democrats when they vote them into office. And here they go, they're cutting off their nose to spite their face, because if you vote this guy in and he's all of a sudden taking collective bargain away from you, and he's also taking, the right in terms of the work, with the unions.
Just see what just happened.
So what are you doing?
Hold on, just look at what has happened locally. Rizzo is under federal investigation. The people in Macomb County used to say people in Wayne County was crooks. We were on welfare. They got these racist state reps spewing out all that hate. But guess what? Rizzo just got one township trustee just got caught on wiretaps. Okay, that he took some bribes.
Right.
They've been doing that in Macomb County for a long, long time.
Right.
Okay. And this the same Reagan Democrats that the one is talking about us, calling us crooks and thieves, and they the biggest thieves.
But I'm saying,
you know what I'm saying, Michael?
Right, exactly.
Okay, and then what's happening with black people, they running out to Macomb County.
But what I'm saying is that
I don't get that, Mike.
If we take a look in,
they following the oppressor, man.
No, I got you. But if we take a look inward, and looking inward is we're talking about the state of Michigan, right? So if we take a look inward and we see the same thing that's happening, what Donald Trump is bringing, but these folks brought it. These Republican state reps brought it to us in broad perspective, in terms of when they leveled those acts in terms of what is it, Public Act 486.
Are you talking about the emergency manager law?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Public Act 10 was one of them, wasn't it?
Well, yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah, Public Act 10. But what I'm saying, Keith, and what I'm saying is that we haven't understand what was happening. What was happening was a bold racist move against black folks in the inner city, especially when it came to public education, because what they're saying is the Negroes cannot administrate, nor can they educate.
Hold on, but Danny and Mike, the Republican Party rolled, they took over Congress based on the Tea Party.
Right.
Them nuts, okay?
Right.
Now they want to get away from them nuts, okay? So them nuts are the ones propelling Donald Trump to victory in the Republican primary, okay? They can't deal with him now. So now the leadership, when they found out God works in a mysterious way, he didn't know, Donald Trump didn't know they had something in the library on his butt. Okay.
No, I think he did, because he knew this is why his team, he didn't have him doing the oppositional research on him. He knew
did say that, yeah.
He knew there's all this stuff. Even when he was interviewed on Howard Stern's show years ago, he said Bill Clinton with the women. He said, "Can you imagine me running for president?" He said, because of, my background with women. So yeah, he knew it was out there. That's why he didn't want them doing the oppositional.
But he played the Republican infrastructure.
Yeah,
man.
but his whole thing is that
he gangbanged there. He gangbanged the Republican Party, man.
Yeah, but because he
did thuggery with them, man.
Right, but they didn't put him in check.
No,
they did in 2011, 2012.
Right,
they just let him have free reign.
But because Donald Trump feels this way. Donald Trump feels that because he's Donald Trump, and he feels that he is the savior.
He's above the law.
Yeah,
he's above everybody.
But because he got these particular followers, he feels that he has become the Teflon Don.
The Teflon Don.
No, because he does act like he's a mobster.
He do.
Right.
He do.
Even in his diction, and even as he's talking about, Hillary.
No, did you hear the latest one yesterday? He tried to accuse, in a sort of way, Barack Obama was a womanizer.
Right. Yeah, he said anybody could come out with accusations.
Yeah.
Somebody can come out with accusations against President Barack Obama. So if accusations do come out, that most likely would probably be false, because if they had anything on him, that would have come out in 2008. It would have come out in 2012. If there were any accusations of that stuff would already come out.
No, they were digging up everything. I remember they were even trying to say the person was gay. So no, listen, really, and you're absolutely right, because guess what? We're still talking about the black man becoming the leader of the free world. A black man. So we still talking about that. So you know that they would have came up with everything.
Even Morning Joe said they're going to miss Brock.
No question.
Hey, man, I saw that brother walk. I'm going to miss him too. And Michelle, that sister, that's a bad sister.
Who on Morning Joe said they were going to miss Barack?
About Morning Joe?
No, I mean, you talking about Joe Scarborough?
Joe Scarborough.
So why did he say he's going to miss?
They said after you didn't see what Donald Trump put the country through, really.
Well, you know, when he was on Jimmy Fallon, President Barack Obama, they were doing the thank you letters.
Yeah.
And he said the Republican Party said, "How you like me now?"
Right.
And they showed a picture of Donald Trump. He said, compared to what the alternative could be, how you like me now?
But you know what?
Hey, but you got to say, Donald, you got to say Brock has handled himself with class, him and his wife with dignity. They are the best they are the best speakers I done heard in politics in a mighty, mighty long time, man.
More important than that, they carry the office of the president and the House of the White House to a point where no other president has carried that house.
Yes.
In terms of the respect and the dignity, but more importantly, when you look at the racism that has really been spewing throughout America, a lot of these folks, Mike, Keith,
Right.
and this whole, I mean, they you're talking about the Republican Party, but what about the Christian right?
Oh, they're terrible too.
But what I'm saying is that Donald Trump has turned every last one of them into hypocrites.
Yes, he has.
The hypocrisy is eroding throughout the
So then has the chicken come on the roost?
he clucking loud.
Yeah, the chickens have come on the roost. The lunatics are running the insane asylum. But this is I mean, the Republican Party is on the verge of fracturing. If it's not totally destroyed, it's gonna fracture because after this election, and it looks like, you know, it looks like Donald Trump is not going to win. But after this election, where do his followers go? What do they do?
You know what they're going to do?
Because
they're going to sit back and they're going to go back into their little cubby holes and try to find a job. That's what they're going to do.
But he said he's going to bring the jobs back. So if he's going to bring the jobs back, where they going to work?
Mike, he talking about the steel workers.
Right.
He talking about the steel workers, but he importing steel from China.
Exactly.
Okay, he buys the tires from China. And he's telling y'all, you clown. I don't mean to say that. I don't want to say make a story that you can deplorables and clowns. But y'all got to come home with the brothers, like the Poe brothers and Poe sisters. We understand what they did to us.
But
y'all ain't understand what they doing to y'all.
But we don't want to know.
We don't want them.
No, because, I mean, he still hasn't apologized for the Central Park 5. He still hasn't apologized for the Central Park 5. He just doubled down a week ago, saying they were guilty. The police said they were guilty, things like this, even though overwhelming evidence has come out proving that they didn't do it.
Plus, they paid them brothers $10 million, didn't they?
What was a $41 million settlement with them? It was a $41 million settlement with them, but they were exonerated. The actual person that committed the rape came out and confessed, and there was DNA tying the actual killer to the crime.
Right.
Hey, you know, I forgot to give us Black history. William Henry Hastings became the first black man to sit on the United States Circuit Court of Appeals. Wyoming Tyus became the first person to win a gold medal in a 100-meter race in 2 consecutive Olympiads. Okay, This is this day in Black history. We were just trying to tell y'all that Donald Trump is a fraud. Y'all following the fraud, and y'all getting caught up in the fraud. Okay, so we're just trying to enlighten. We're just trying to enlighten you on what is happening.
And how can you be black in America and vote in support of Donald Trump? How can you be black?
I don't understand it, Michael.
Right. Well, people need to look at their concerns, look at the policies actually being presented by both candidates, look at both of their websites, and do that. And people can visit my website, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com, for more information about me and read my articles, listen to the podcast and my shows, etc.
All I'm just trying to say about black folks, either you're gonna be part of the problem, or you're gonna be part of the problem, or you're gonna be part of the solution. If you being part of the problems, if you don't vote, you're part of the problem.
But just like Malcolm said, let's get healed, black folks.
Yeah.
Let's get healed. Let's heal the wounds.
God bless you. Have a wonderful Saturday. We're just trying to enlighten you on Donald Trump. Cluck, 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 cluck.
No, they clucking loud because the Republican parties are in trouble.
All right, we got to get out of here. Talk to y'all later. Hey, listen to the Michael Imhotep Show Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
That was a great piece.
On the Empowerment Radio Network. I'm Michael Imhotep,
That was
founder of the
a great
African
piece.
History Network, owner of the fan page that we're broadcasting on, the African History Network.
The environment like they created for
And listen to the
They created this
podcast.
racist
I'm
environment
still
now.
trying to upload
It's
a podcast
backfiring
on
on
Friday. But we have daily podcasts, do my show daily. Now, black people don't lose either way in either election. Do some research, Kip Arnold. Look at the policies that both are presenting. There's a stark difference. But you still have to organize and push after the election. Okay, this is what people fail to understand. It's not true at all.
We ain't trying to be.
It was interesting. You know what's going to save this election?
So look,
White women.
I gotta get out of here. All right, Florence Lester. What is coonery?
Coonery.
Cool.
But listen to the show I did yesterday. Ended up being 3 hours,
You want to get
and
Yeah, I'll go with it.
we broadcast it here on Facebook Live, so check that out also. And we dealt with the birth of a nation. We dealt with backlash to the birth of a nation. We dealt with a lot of information there. Okay, so check that out. So check that out also. All right, we got to get out of here. This presentation, no, it's not coonery. You may be a crone, Florence, but this is not coonery. Do some research. You have no idea who you're talking to.
I just been out for 3 weeks.
Chickens have come on roost to the Republican Party. And I've been critical of President Barack Obama. You should go watch some of the broadcasts.
My heartbeat right. Okay, he didn't order all kinds.
This is more about policies than a
You know,
person. This is the mistake people make. This is more about policies than a person. This is the mistake people make. One of them is going to be president. This is the bottom line. I mean, it doesn't matter what you think. You can hold your breath or what have you. One of them is going to be president. So that's what you're dealing with. All right. So look, guys, we got to get out of here. Hey, visit our website, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com. All of my podcasts are there. All of my DVD lectures are there also. You can read all of my articles as well. Check out the articles we post here on the home page also, on the page here, the African History Network. Okay, talk to y'all later. Peace.